with that dog shit pick. What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking?
Welcome, one and all, to another episode of the Jimnasium with me, XFL, USFL, CFL, College Football, NFL, Jim, joined by my buddy, the Wolf of Oaklawn, Chase, Lupine Fiasco, Sesums. How you doing,
I'm just gonna start good, man. Anytime I can get a good little soul clap in like that is a good start to anything, really. About to pay my taxes.
Going to the DMV.
Yeah. Colonoscopy.
It makes everything just a little bit better.
Yeah, just a little bit. Man, I'm good. Good weekend. Just it always feels like a weird week whenever you've got like a day or multiple days off, and then there's like you have to return to reality in the middle of the week.
This is a Tuesday right here. It definitely feels like a Monday.
Yeah. Where'd your voice go, buddy?
Oh my God, this weekend was fucking something, dude. I was at the USFL. Let's just start with the USFL championship game. Mm-hmm. Congratulations on the USFL, first off, for making it to a championship game, completing it. Congratulations to the Birmingham Stallions, inaugural champions of the 2022 USFL season. Big up to the Stallions. Good job, Stallions.
I guess.
I threw my voice out at that game. So I was obviously rooting for the Stars. I had a Stars future. We're both big Bart Andrus guys.
Yep.
I turned into a huge Case Cookis fan near like the midpoint of the season.
Yeah. He took us that took us.
I was big on the Stars. So I was screaming. Every time they had a big play, I was screaming my head off.
It was just a lemony snicket series of misfortunate events for the Stars in the finals. It seems like I'll let you tell me all about it from first person point of view.
Well, first off, the whole trip, even getting to Canton, Ohio. So I drove from Nebraska to Canton, which was Jesus Christ, that's a drive. That was fucking something. And on my way there, my rental car broke down in Illinois, in a little town called Peru, Illinois.
Yeah. He texted me. He's like, I broke down to Peru. I was like, Jim, you went the wrong direction.
That was a whole fucking dealio. And then I make it to Ohio. My hotel room has like no water pressure the entire weekend I'm there.
Wait, before you make it to Ohio, you get to drive through the bustling metropolis of Gary, Indiana.
I did get to drive through the metropolis of Gary, Indiana. It looks like someone took Baghdad and just put it in the middle of the United States. Yeah,
it's kind of it's like that History Channel show that it was like The World Without People. Like with like nature is taking over things. You have nature that's like taking over steel mills and stuff. Yeah.
I drove down the main street. I can't imagine what the rest of the town's like.
Now you see why Joe Jackson pushed the Jackson 5 so hard to get out of Gary. Yeah.
They had to get out. They couldn't stay.
It's not that he was an abusive father, it's that he was an excellent speculator when it comes to a town's fortunes.
Also, fuck the Midwest for just having toll roads upon toll roads. Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio are just filled with toll roads.
Yep.
The only benefit of those toll roads is that the rest stops are like 1,000 times better because each rest stop is like a gas station, a rest stop, and like a couple restaurants and everything.
Yeah, like right there in the middle of the median. Yeah, so whenever I went with my wife to where she went to school in Indiana, we've taken the toll roads and stuff, and like I don't know. Well, first of all, like whenever you're driving from our direction, to go that way, you have to hit basically the very southest tip of Chicago to get over. And I'll tell you what, me as a 37-year-old man from Arkansas, I would like to think that I am competent and capable enough to drive through Chicago rush hour and all the tolls and stuff. I'm not. I'm just straight up not. Yeah, it was a lot to handle. It was like I made Cindy put on country music to make me feel like safe and comfortable and
If
home.
you're not used to it, that's like a wild thing. Like I dealt with LA traffic, and I feel like pretty confident driving in rush hour traffic. Navigating like a whole bunch of tolls and everything just blew my mind. I've never dealt with so many tolls. So then I eventually get to Ohio, get to Canton, Ohio, and the hotel room's fine. You smell like a little bit of paint. Like I get a little bit of a faint paint smell, which
That's to cover up the blood.
I like the paint smell, and it was a nice big room. It was like a nice sized room. Only downside: 0 water pressure in the shower. 0.
That's awful.
It was like a dribble.
That's gross. That's so. Did you bath it? What did you do?
Only had a standing shower. It had like a little bit, so like I could technically shower.
Yeah.
And then I would just have to like get the shampoo out in the sink.
That's fucking awful. That's terrible.
That was awful. It was like prison rules.
That is, yeah, man. Just
but other
back
than
sack
that,
and crack
the room
and
was
get out
fine.
of there.
And luckily, it was like a 2-minute drive to a Waffle House.
Oh, I can't beat that.
Beat that. Made my Friday. Friday morning, I look up and see where can I get breakfast. It was like 11 a.m. It's like,
yeah.
Where can I go eat? Waffle House. You know what? Sounds amazing.
What'd you get? You don't have Waffle Houses around you, do you?
No, the closest one's in Kansas City.
Okay, so what'd you get?
I got the All American.
Okay.
With ham, with the ham. So I got like, and I did hash browns and grits.
Good.
So I got like the All American hash brown grits, waffles. I got over easy eggs and white bread.
Yeah.
And then I got my hash brown smothered and covered, and then I had I needed water so bad, and I had sweet tea.
I do covered and chunked, which is cheese and squares of ham.
I thought about, but since I was already getting the side of ham, I was like, I don't need it.
That strikes me as not you. Who are you? And what have you done with Jim to turn down ham on ham?
That's fair. Also, strike one. The Waffle House had one strike against it. The only hot sauce they had was Tabasco.
Yeah, you need like at least Frank's if we're gonna do basic.
I want like if I'm
sauces.
doing breakfast, I want like Cholula or Tapatio at least.
Okay.
That's what I want.
My man
Sweet
knows
tea
the
was
spice.
Good. That was awesome. And then Sunday came, championship day. I had brunch with our boy Adam Pelletier.
All right.
For brunch downtown Canton. Actually, like he was all legit up. He had the press badge and everything.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Talked with him for a little bit. That was a good time. And then I went and tailgated with the guys from XFL newsroom.com.
Nice.
So XFL, USFL newsroom.com. They were a blast. And then I went to the stadium, sat like not 50-yard line, but not quite end zone, somewhere in between there on the side. Really good seats because there wasn't a bad seat in that stadium. Packed house.
Yeah, that was good to see. That was really good to see. When I saw people in the upper decks, they closed off the end zones.
They had to open, but the thing about it, like they had more closed off than what they showed on TV. They had to open some of that up.
All right. There we go.
Because when we got there, I got a really good parking spot. I think I accidentally parked in like the VIP because where we were tailgating, like, you know, J.R. Wright, the guy for Fox that writes like all the USFL stuff. He writes a bunch of college football stuff.
Yeah.
He like parked there, came out. There was like a whole bunch of like Fox people, USFL people that parked there and like were heading out. I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be parking here, but I'm going to stay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be honest. I mean, I think you deserved the parking there
so
because, I mean, can you tell me anyone else who's put as much effort and love and time into the USFL than USFL Jim?
No.
No.
I can't think of a single person.
Can't name one. How was the Football Hall of Fame?
So I went to the Football Hall of Fame Saturday. I went Saturday, the day before the game. And it was cool. I don't know why. They should rename it, I think, to like the NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
It really is just like the only pro football they talk about is the NFL. And like NFL players that played in other leagues like the CFL or whatever, they don't mention that in their, like, they'll have bios for players and like their stuff. It's really just NFL stuff. It's really cool. Like, it is really cool that like the stuff they have kind of like a whole tower that's like the history of the league. It goes through the period for every commissioner. From when it like started to where it's at now. It's really neat. Like it's awesome. It's fun.
Yeah. Is the Roger Goodell era kind of like they're covering like I don't know like Stalin or
A little bit. They're kind of like he's navigating. They have to like use super flowery language, so they're being nice to everybody.
Yeah. The ginger hammer rules with an iron fist.
It's just like he's navigating the NFL through a lot of controversies and like doing his best. And
yeah, there we go. That's I think you took the I think you took the picture that encapsulated this weekend perfectly with a very dejected Blob sitting in the end zone.
Other Blob story though, before the game, so like the mascots and whatnot are going down. I actually got so they were giving out free T-shirts to everybody walking in for the USFL. I got a signed T-shirt I got Blob to sign my T-shirt.
How's that sig? Is it a pretty clean sig?
I need if I could actually find it. I don't know if I have it in here. I think I have it upstairs still. But he actually did a pretty good job.
Okay. It's I like the photo because it looks like Blob was a 2-year starter for his Texas high school football team.
And they just lost the state championship.
You just lost the state championship, and like he's just like, no, they're gonna have to come and pull me off this field. I'll never. This was my last chance. I'll never be on this field again.
So like, yeah, all the pregame stuff was awesome. We saw there was a line wrapped around the stadium to get in.
Saw that, yeah.
So that was awesome. That was sick. The stadium itself was actually really nice. The chairs were pretty comfy. And then the game itself was, I don't think the USFL or the fans could have asked for a better game. That game was amazing.
It was an excellent game. It was an excellent game until it wasn't, which was the very end.
I mean, once you bring in noted turnover machine KJ Costello, technically a third stringer, brought in mid-season, I kind of knew that was the end. As soon as Case Cookus went down, I was like, God damn it.
Yeah,
because like
it was
the Stallions lost Jamar Smith, and Jamar's a dog. Yeah, I will stand by Jamar Smith is a dog. Yeah, but Alex Magoo was the starter. He's just as good, and he's athletic. Case Cookus,
the ball that he put on Vic Bolden, to eventually take the lead for the last time before the pick six. Like that was a dime. Yeah, it was just a perfect back shoulder throw to Vic Bolden right there in the corner. Yeah, man. I mean, you're not
going to see Costello make that throw.
Yeah, I can't hate on the game. Like, it's funny because I think because of the way that the Stars lost, I'm still in a place where I'm 100% unimpressed by the Birmingham Stallions, and I have no idea how they won this many games or a championship.
So there was a Michigan Panthers player, I forget, that I retweeted on Twitter. He's like, how are they the luckiest football team of all time?
Right. That's kind of just what it seems like, is that they've just had that magic.
I will stand by if Case Cookus doesn't go down, I think the Stars win.
I think so too. I think they just do what they do, and that's a little fourth quarter comeback win. And I mean,
they still got the cover. Those boys got the cover though.
What? That's right. So it was still a happy trip for you.
It was a happy trip, but I did live bet $200 on the Stars at halftime, money line.
You can't. So, you can't be reprimanded for that. That was just a smart move. We didn't know that Case Cookus was going down.
I was riding high that most of that third and fourth quarter. I was riding real high. That's where I lost the voice. I was like every big play just screaming my head off. Of course.
Yeah, man. It was I don't know what to say other than like
it was a great cap to the season. Like they were.
It was a great.
I looked up the trending tab on Twitter. They were number 3, 4, and 5 on trending that night.
Okay.
Because it was USFL, Case Cookus, and then I think Scooby Wright were all trending on Twitter.
I'll tell you what. I'm trying to think of the best way to phrase this. I'm overall happy and enthused with how the season played out, how the season went. My only thing is just how the Stallions, how. The Stallions, how?
Guy I'm sitting next to, I'm gonna have to get you in touch with him. He's he's the number one Breakers fan.
Yeah.
All he does, his name's Ducky. All
Wait,
he does is he's
wait.
on. Yeah.
He's the number 2 Breakers fan.
I don't know, man. He's the,
Okay.
He's the number 1 Breakers
Okay.
troll.
All right, that works.
So all he does is he goes in like the USFL official Discord and just absolutely trolls everybody, and just like the Breakers would have won. Like it's Breakers are the best.
Yeah, Breakers were the best team. Let's be honest.
Undefeated in games where they should have won.
Undefeated in games where they should have won. 100%. Yeah, I mean, listen, you give me a week 3 Kyle Sloter this entire season.
Oh, dude! If it was a Stars Breakers matchup, I would have been living pretty because I would have won money no matter what.
Yeah. So, and plus, I mean, listen, without an injury, without the Kyle Sloter injury, if he would have been healthy the entire time, I'm going to go ahead and say it. They would have had a plus 500 point differential for the rest of the season.
Maybe he would have only been like 3rd place for interceptions.
That's true.
Instead of second.
That's true. But he was still the offensive player of the year for that division.
I'd agree with that. I mean, maybe it would have switched. Like, I bet if Bo Scarborough was in the entire season, it probably could have gone to him.
Oh, totally. Yeah, he was a dog. He was. I don't even like saying that. I don't even like that phrase. And he was a dog.
I love that phrase.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's
Canton's like a decent town, I guess. Like it's Ohio. It's
for Ohio. Is what
it's a medium-ish town in Ohio. I don't know what more is to say about that. Like.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Okay.
And then I drove back, stopped at the world's largest truck stop on the way back home.
Was that
pretty
everything
cool.
you thought it was going to be? I know you were pretty pumped about that.
The only downside, it was huge, and there was so much food. The only downside is I didn't have enough time to actually sit down and try the restaurant there.
Boo.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
if I'm ever driving through Iowa again, then I'll have to try it.
I have a feeling you'll drive through Iowa again at some point.
I'm sure at some point I will.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But oh god, it was a blast of a weekend. What did you do this weekend?
Man, I just worked my ass off all weekend. Like I don't know. I was between handicapping and shows and everything. Like I was working, doing a whole bunch, and basically working until my brain was mush. And then I was like, okay, I have to try to sleep for like 2 hours, and then I'd sleep for like 8 hours. And then when I woke up, it's like, God, I have to keep working so hard because I slept that full 8 hours. So it was just
until you crash and then reset.
Yeah, just 20 pounds of shit in an 8-pound bag, pretty much.
So other than that, the fucking thing that took up a lot of my time while I was driving, like the day I decided to drive up there, at least because a bunch of emergency podcasts came out for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Big college football news happened.
Yeah.
USC and UCLA to the Big Ten, baby.
Fucking gross. I hate it. I hate everything about it.
So I'm at this point where, yes, I hate it, but it's the way that the sport's moving no matter what. So I love it for the Big Ten. I love it for the fact that my team's in the Big Ten. I love it that my team's going to be okay. You should love it that your team's going to be okay too. Like our teams are going to be okay.
Right.
Like Arkansas is okay, Nebraska's okay, the SEC and Big Ten are okay. I have one of my best friends is a K-State fan. He is livid at everything.
I would imagine because what happened? Yeah, it's I don't know. Like it's like we're just essentially foregoing 50% of the entire middle of America. Whenever you cut out the Big 12 like this.
It feels like it. I do like the moves that the Big 12 are reported to be making, like today. Did you see? Like, so they're rumored to the Big 12 right now is rumored to be trying to get 6 Pac-12 teams. They're trying to go after because they're still technically in the Pac-12. They're trying to go after Oregon, Washington, Arizona, Arizona State, Colorado, and Utah.
I feel like those fit. Like Oregon and Washington are the only ones that feel like they're a little bit too far off. But like, I mean, hell, it's not like Colorado wasn't a Big 12 team already.
And Utah, they're getting BYU already, so like that'd be a great fit, I think. Yeah. My only worry with that is I actually feel like who knows what the Big Ten's going to do next. I think Notre Dame is probably their white whale.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. They have a standing offer to join the Big Ten whenever they feel like it. I honestly, I kind of feel like Notre Dame will always remain independent. Like they'll 100% until they cannot get football games, they'll 100% remain independent.
That's kind of like Notre Dame's basically like they're in the best position of anybody because they could stay independent until they don't want to, because no conference is going to say no to Notre Dame. Like,
they're
if
not
they
being.
want to join the SEC, they could join that. If they want to join the Big Ten would do what it takes to get Notre Dame.
They're not being forced to do anything at this point. They can call their own shot. That's just kind of how Notre Dame rolls. And literally until no one else from the other conferences, the other super conferences will play them, then just keep doing what they want.
Sucks to be an ACC team though.
Yeah. They're gonna get cherry picked. They're gonna get cherry picked hard.
Not even that. Like, I don't think they can do any. I don't think those teams can do anything until their grant of rights are up.
Then that really sucks to be an ACC team.
Because their grant of rights aren't up until like 2033. And I think that's like a pretty ironclad contract. So like you could try and break it, but like then you'd have to probably go to court as a team. And then like you're spending all that money and you're still not guaranteed to get your grant of rights back.
Yeah.
So like like the SEC wouldn't pick up, like if Clemson decided to break away right now, there's no guarantee that they have a grant of rights to even give to the SEC. So like they're screwed.
I hate this. I hate everything about this.
It sucks. But I'm not, I had my piece. I'm not dragging my feet. College football's heyday, its golden age, in my opinion, of what I loved about the sport is over.
It's done. Yeah, it's completely done.
But college football is also a sport of constant change. It's always been a sport of like crazy, wild change ever since like the 60s, the 80s. It's always been about rapid change. The only worry I have, I really hope they find a way to like, if it is these two super leagues with the fucking Big Ten and SEC, I hope there's a way where you could still have like the Big 12, Pac-12, ACC teams feel included and like have a championship for them. Because if you just like throw those teams to the wayside, one of the best things about college football, one thing we love about college football, are the weird and wacky shit that these teams do. Like the crazy, dumb rivalries, Maction, the dumb stuff in the Big 12, Texas Tech throwing tortillas at people, burning couches in West Virginia. Like, that's what makes the sport so awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think of how I don't like as much as, I mean, I'm an SEC guy. I've always been an SEC guy, but the whole like idea that really good football teams from the ACC could just be left out without a chance. Like they're essentially a group of 5 teams. Like they're not like a power conference, which technically they are. You could argue some years they have their ups and downs, but like the fact that like they might get left out for like this and like now in my conference there are going to be so many people that you have to play in these like weird pods, and now
I'm okay with pods. With pods.
Well, just the idea that I might not be able to play. Even though I'm in the same conference, I might not play another team from the same conference for a decade and a half.
To be fair, pods help with that. Like if you kept the divisions. If you kept straight up divisions, then yeah, you might not play like Florida for 12 years.
Yeah, but so here's the deal. Like, what are the chances that like Alabama is in my pod? I want to play Alabama all right. So I want to play Alabama every year. I want to play LSU every year. I want to play Auburn every year. I want to play Ole Miss. I want to play Mississippi State. I want to play everyone I traditionally have in the West.
The issue with that is
every single year.
Yeah, see, you probably wouldn't play them every year. You'd probably you'd swap different throughout the conference like every year. So like one year you'd have I'm just saying if you do it like the ACC, like they're 3-5-5 or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd have your 3 automatic protected that you play every year. So I assume with Arkansas it would be Arkansas.
I tell you exactly what it's going to end up.
I bet it'd be Texas. It'd be fucking Texas.
It'll be Texas. It'll be Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, and maybe Missouri.
What about Texas A&M?
Fucking sucks. A&M. Okay, so Arkansas. It would be Arkansas, Texas, Texas A&M, Oklahoma. That's what I think it would end up.
Kind of like the old Southwest.
Yeah, but still,
and then you'd have to kind of like rotate 5 in conference every other year.
Yeah.
So like one year you'd play like Alabama, LSU, Ole Miss, Miss State, or some sort of that. Maybe sometimes else you'd play like Georgia, Florida. When you get to conferences this massive, it's insane.
I do not like where it's going. I'll watch it. I'll be a fan forever. I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
I will love it. I will bet on it. I will watch the hell out of it. I will be a huge fan. I will not love it nearly as much as
well, no football. Shit. Well, fuck.
Well, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but
I'll bet on anything. But I am worried. Like, the big worry is it becomes like NFL light. And if it does become NFL light, maybe I watch it less. Maybe I watch NFL more. Because if it becomes between like, oh, it's the NFL or college football, which is now turning into like the NFL junior, I'll probably watch the NFL.
Yeah. I don't know.
I hope they have a way, even if they have these two bigger conferences, of like letting the other teams be included enough where they like still have a chance at a championship, whether you have to expand the playoff more or do something with that regard. And like, if you can have these big conferences, these super conferences, and still have a way where like, you're not just playing in that conference. Like, Arkansas isn't just going to play SEC teams. You'll play out of conference teams still.
Right.
Or like Nebraska won't just play Big Ten. We can still play we could schedule like a K-State, or like the Colorado series was fun as hell.
I mean, because if you think about it, I mean, if you're not playing teams from other conferences, then I mean, then you're going back in time to like the 1940s, 50s, and 60s where you played like the 8 other teams from your conference, and then you maybe played another team for a bowl
so
game.
The way I saw it set up is if they get big enough, the SEC and the Big Ten, they do like their own version of like a conference playoff. So like the SEC has their own conference playoff, the Big Ten has their own conference playoff, and then the two winners of both those leagues play each other for their own national championship, which I would hate.
That's bullshit.
I would hate that with a fiery fucking passion.
Yeah.
Because then like what? You're just going to have, eventually we're going to get to the point, like say 5 years from now, there's only 60 teams in college football that matter anymore.
Yeah.
And like, you can argue it's like that way now, where there's only so many teams that are quote unquote like built to win a national championship, which is like, that's fine. I like having a shot. I like teams like Colorado having a shot.
I can't keep talking about this, Jim. It's just making me sad.
It's depressing.
Yeah.
Like, people will bitch about NIL till Kingdom Come. That's not what's ruining college football whatsoever.
No, it's the conferences and it's the television money. That's it. Paying players has nothing to do with, does not ruin the game. All it does is it's more equitable for the people who take part in it, who actually sacrifice life and limb to play in it and to give us this entertainment. NIL is not the problem. It's television money. And I mean, hell, at the end of the day, who are the people feeding the beast? It's me and you.
Yep. And I'm like, I'll say all this shit and it sucks, but I'm still gonna watch it. I'm not gonna say I'm not. I'm not that principled.
Yep. It's not.
But if we live in the moment, we still have college football as we love it right now this year.
That's right.
And we're on week 7.
Let's go. We're on
week 7.
This is where it just means more.
This is where we get weekday matchups of not Maction yet, but some weekday Sun Belt.
Ooh, Fun Belt.
Wednesday night.
Okay.
Louisiana, Lafayette at Marshall. That's right. Marshall's in the Sun Belt. I almost forgot that Marshall was in the Sun Belt this year.
Yep, they're Fun Belters. Yeah, let's go Louisiana.
Baylor at West Virginia on a Thursday.
West Virginia on a Thursday.
Virginia.
On a Thursday? Yeah, crazy
at West Virginia. At West Virginia, yes.
Yeah, totally. Burn that couch.
Temple at UCF. I know you're gonna fucking pick Temple.
Temple.
I'm going UCF. I think UCF could be pretty good this year.
You're wrong, Temple.
I want you. Okay, when we get to them, I'm gonna want you to say one nice thing about a team you hate.
Nope. Okay.
No, nice thing. Try. Pick right now. Pick between Texas, Auburn, and UCF. Say one nice thing about any of those teams. I want one.
Pass. You want to say one nice thing about one of those teams?
Yes. And then you can pick any team in the world, and I will say one nice thing. Like, I hate Texas with the fiery like depth of 1,000 suns.
Yeah.
I think their uniforms look kind of nice.
Okay. What if I said for Texas, like,
You can say anything.
all right, Matthew McConaughey doesn't seem entirely asshole-ish.
There you go. That's all I wanted. That's perfect.
That's
Good
it.
job,
That fits.
Good job.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank you. All right.
Minnesota at Illinois.
Minnesota.
I'm gonna take Minnesota as well. Colgate at Army. Rolling with the
Army.
The Army.
Yeah.
Western
4 out of
Kentucky.
5. 4 out of 5 dentists agree that Army's gonna beat the shit out of Colgate.
Oh yeah. Western Kentucky at Middle Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee.
This is tough.
It is tough. We
I'm
don't
gonna go
know.
Western Kentucky here. Charlotte at UAB. Also, this news happened since we last recorded. Bill Clark out at UAB. That sucks.
Oof. That's a weird time to change.
Well, he's retiring. You can kind of understand. He has chronic back pain. It's so debilitating. He's actually retiring from football at like 56.
I mean, I'm ready to retire from life at 37, so I fucking get it.
I felt like you could kind of understand.
Yeah.
Like he's. I
Poor
don't know if
guy.
he's gonna have surgery or something for it, but
Godspeed.
he's
Him and Mike Bobo are the two coaches that have had that sort of debilitating back pain that is kind of taking their career downhill.
What a fucking career though.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. All right.
I still think UAB wins this game.
Yeah, me too.
Texas State at Troy. Go with the Fighting Men of Troy.
I'm going to go with the Fighting Men at Troy since they're at home.
Ohio Bobcats at Western Michigan. Directional
Mish school.
Yeah, Western Michigan all day. Wisconsin and Michigan State could be a good game.
Yeah, I'm going to lean Wisconsin. I'm going to lean Michigan State. I'm going to lean Michigan State. I'm going to go Michigan State.
I think Michigan State's ceiling this year is like 9 wins.
I don't know who's going to play quarterback at Wisconsin, and whoever it is, I don't have any faith that they'll be any good because that is the Paul Chryst MO.
It's fair. I still think Wisconsin gets this dub on the back of strong defense. It's also a midday, like Big Ten game in October, so you know it's going to be like a fucking rock fight.
Right.
Louisiana Tech at North Texas. I'm going to take the Mean Green.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rice at FAU. I'm going to take Florida Atlantic.
Hootie hoo, give me Rice.
Okay, I respect that. Utah State at Colorado State. This is a good game.
I'm going to go call Utah State.
It's tough. I'm going to go Colorado State here at home. Stanford at Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I'm going to go Notre Dame as well. Air Force at UNLV. I'm going to go Air Force.
Yeah, still Air Force.
NIU at Eastern Michigan.
Directional Mich school.
Give me them Eastern Michigan boys on the
That's your
field.
favorite directional Mich.
It is my favorite. I love Chris Creighton so much. Nevada at Hawaii. I'm going to take
Nevada.
Hawaii. I'm taking Hawaii
Nevada.
here, on the island. Washington State at Oregon State. The battle for teams that really hope that the bigger school in their states don't leave for the Big 10 or Big 12.
Give me the scrappy Beavs here.
They if something comes out before the season starts of Oregon and Washington leaving, I love that there's a target on their back now. I'm gonna take Oregon State here too. Okay. Maryland to Indiana. It's October.
But they broke their Penix.
I know. This is a really tough one.
They've lost their Penix.
I actually might go Maryland here.
I'm gonna go Maryland as well.
Nebraska at Purdue.
Give me them Cornhuskers.
I'm going to go Nebraska as well. This could actually be like a really fun game.
Yeah.
Or it could be like the giant shit fest. There's 2 ways that this game could go. Penn State at Michigan.
Penn State.
This is a good game too. I'm going to go Michigan. New Mexico at New Mexico State. The battle for New Mexico.
Let's go New Mexico, I guess. Just New Mexico.
I'll go Lobos. I'll go New Mexico as well. NC State at Syracuse. I'm going to go NC State.
Give me Syracuse. Let's go Dino Babers.
I love that. Miami, Florida at Virginia Tech. I think Miami wins this one.
Is it a night game in Blacksburg?
So it could be, but we don't know.
Okay. I'm going to go Virginia Tech.
Okay, I like that. North Carolina at Duke. I'm going UNC.
Yeah, I'll go UNC also.
Clemson at Florida State.
Not only am I going to go UNC, I hope that Mike Krzyzewski is there receiving some sort of lifetime award so that the theme of people in baby blue fucking up Mike Krzyzewski's notable life events continues. Awesome. Just some asshole in baby blue just kicks open the door and ruins whatever notable life thing is happening for Mike Krzyzewski at the time.
Oh. That's a trend that will need to continue.
Yes, forever.
Clemson at Florida State.
Clemson.
Clemson in a close one. I actually have no idea how Clemson's going to look here with like new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And who knows if DJU's even starting at this point in the season. San Jose State at Fresno State.
Fresno. Yep.
Cal at Colorado.
Colorado.
I'm going to take the Bears at Berkeley. Give me Cal. Memphis at East Carolina.
Memphis. Actually, no. ECU. Yeah, ECU. I'm with you.
ECU. Tulane at University of South Florida.
Tulane.
I'm going to take Tulane. Central Michigan at Akron. Central Michigan.
Directional Mish.
Chip ups, baby.
Fire up, damn chips.
Kent State at Toledo. I have no idea how to project this Kent State team.
Well, I know that Nick Saban played at Kent State, and I'm going to keep riding that angle and go with the Flashes.
I'm going to go Toledo here. I have no idea how this game could go. Miami of Ohio at Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. I'm going to join you on the Bowling Green train.
Yeah, I'm with you there, too. I'm actually going to go Bowling Green. Arkansas State at Southern Miss.
Arkansas State.
I'm on Arkansas State all day there. James Madison at Georgia Southern. Go JMU.
Yeah, let's go JMU. I think they could step in and win their conference easily.
It'd be hilarious, but I don't think they can make a bowl game this year. I don't think they're allowed.
Okay. I think that's true, but I still think
that would be objectively hilarious.
Yeah, it would.
That would if they came in and just won the fucking Jesus Christ.
The whole damn thing.
The Sun Belt. The Sun Belt's a really good conference too.
Yeah, it is.
Old Dominion at Coastal Carolina. I'm gonna go Coastal.
Yeah, Coastal.
I was gonna be like, you going ODU here?
No, I did that a couple times last year, and I feel like I've learned from it. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Coastal.
Louisiana Monroe at South Alabama. USA, baby. We gotta stay patriotic this week.
Does Boogie Knight still play for Louisiana Monroe?
Yeah, he does.
Give me Louisiana Monroe.
Okay, you better take like a hefty wager on Louisiana
on their win total.
It's like 2.5. It's 2.5, I think.
Again? They did it last year.
I think it's 2.5.
Oh my God, yes. It better be plus money.
USC at Utah. I'm gonna take the Utes.
Yeah, give me the Utes.
Arizona at Washington. I'm gonna take the Huskies. I'm gonna take Washington there.
Okay.
Arkansas at BYU. This is your tough one.
Yeah, it is.
This is a really tough game.
All right, just so it's on paper, give me Arkansas. I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking, though, is I think BYU wins that game.
I was going to say, we were talking, like, this is the one that you have really, like, circled out of all your out-of-conference games. This is the one.
This is the one, yeah. So, on paper, I would like the paper to reflect Arkansas. I want, just for the people on the inside who listen to know that I think BYU could win this game.
I think they can. Sorry, but I think they do. I'm going to give it to BYU.
I can't blame you.
It's tough.
I cannot. I literally. There have been times where I could blame you. I cannot.
It just
blame
says
you
it's on ESPN Network.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know. What
Noted.
That means. To be fair, most of these have TV like to be announced, so we don't know.
The Ocho.
Kansas and Oklahoma. Do they shock the world?
Do Kansas and Oklahoma shock the world? I'm gonna go Kansas.
I am going to go Oklahoma. I wish, though.
Of course
State at
you
Texas.
would. You fucking shitheel. Was it Iowa State? Iowa State and who?
Iowa State at Texas.
Iowa State at Texas. Iowa State.
Okay. I'm going to... Fuck. I got to go Texas here. I think Iowa State's in for a rebuild.
No. Never pick Texas.
Vanderbilt at Georgia. That'd be the funniest thing of the fucking season.
Yeah, it would. God have mercy on those poor boys' souls, though. Let's go Georgia.
Let's go Dogs. Georgia all day. Mississippi State at Kentucky.
Mississippi State.
I'm gonna go Mississippi State here as well. I actually think Mississippi State could be really good this year.
Third year, Mike Leash.
That's third or fourth year. That's usually when he turns it on. So if he doesn't do it this year, next year I'm all on it. Yep. LSU at Florida. I'm gonna go Florida. I really don't know. Well. This is a tough game.
Yeah.
Auburn at Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
I'm gonna go Ole Miss. Alabama at Tennessee.
Bama.
I'm gonna be taking the over in this game no matter what, though.
Right.
UConn at Ball State.
Ball State.
I'm gonna take Ball State. You know what? I'm gonna take UConn.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Buffalo at UMass. I'm gonna take UMass. I'm gonna take UMass. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
UMass.
Oh, so couldn't get the mute soon enough. Sorry about that sneeze.
Oh, you're good. Who'd you take in that one? UMass?
Well, who was
Buffalo?
it?
Buffalo at UMass.
I'm going Buffalo.
Okay.
UConn and UMass were the kind of bad that it takes multiple years to get that stink off.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Gardner-Webb at Libibity.
Libibity.
Yeah. Gardner-Webb's not very good. Last but certainly not least, Oklahoma State at TCU.
Oklahoma State.
I'm also gonna go Oklahoma State. So your Louisiana Monroe. Where the heck are they at? Are they? Oh, ULM. 2.5. Minus 125 on the over. So they're not plus money for you.
Yeah, because people are smart. They know they're going to win 12 games this year. I mean, I hate to just give you facts like that.
I mean, you could probably take a future on them to win the Sun Belt at like really good money.
Quite possibly. I might take a stab. Hey, I might take a stab. I've got a good record of getting those sort of teams into championship games, you know?
That's fair. That's fair. Ready to do some NFL Week 7, buddy?
Let's knock it out.
Thursday night, your New Orleans Saints take on the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, yeah. Give me the Saints all day, every day.
I'm going to take the Saints well. I actually think if Jameis stays healthy the whole season, I think the Saints could be like a good playoff team.
Dude.
I think they could challenge for the division.
They are more loaded this year than they have been in.
If you look at his stats
years.
before he got injured, he was looking good. We were talking about every other week Jameis was like balling out of control.
Well, it's not only that he was. I mean, now he's got just umpteen weapons to choose from at the wide receiver position.
Now it's not just Alvin Kamara.
Now it's not just Alvin Kamara. Like, he's going to have Michael Thomas back. He's going to have Chris Olave. He's going to have Jarvis Landry. On the defense side,
he's still going to have Kamara.
Yeah, he's still going to have Kamara. And then on the defensive side, you add fucking Tyrann Mathieu. Hell yeah.
Are you worried about no Sean Payton?
I should be. I'm not. I should be, though.
Like, does that affect the offense more than what we're thinking?
Maybe.
That's my only worry. Like, I think the Saints could be really, really good. That's the only worry I have.
I don't know. I think the fact that you have a quarterback with a live arm, like, offsets the whole Sean Payton thing a little bit, because he was having to call plays for, like, you know, busted baby arm Breeze to you know, throw it 5 to 10 yards downfield because he couldn't really take the old top off anymore. So, there could be offset, make it a little less predictable. We'll see. I mean, I probably should. I'm not, though.
No, live your truth. Live the hype. Browns at the Ravens. I'm gonna take the Ravens.
Okay.
I'm really down on the Browns.
Yeah, give me the Ravens. Ravens.
The Bucks at the Panthers. I don't think it's close. I'm gonna take the
Bucks.
I don't think it's particularly close.
I'll take the Milwaukee Bucks, in fact.
The Falcons at the Bengals.
Bengals.
I'm gonna take the Bengals as well. The Lions at the Cowboys.
Lions.
I'm gonna take the Lions.
Yeah.
Upset.
Yeah, here we go.
Giants at the Jaguars.
Give me the Jaguars.
I'm gonna take the Giants. That's a close game though. That's an interesting one to watch.
Yeah.
Colts at the Titans. That's a good game.
Colts at the Titans. Give me the Titans. I'm sticking with the Titans.
I'm gonna take the Titans as well. The Packers at the Commanders. Two quarterbacks you hate.
Yeah, I know. I'm rooting for the bomb.
I'm gonna go with the Packers.
Packers. I hate Carson Wentz more than I hate Aaron Rodgers.
It's impressive. I think the Packers. Yeah, the Jets at the Broncos. I'll take the Broncos.
Give me the Jets.
I love you
Mm-hmm.
so much.
Yeah.
The Texans at the Raiders. I'm gonna take the Raiders.
Raiders. Yep.
Seahawks at Chargers. I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Chargers.
Chiefs at the 49ers. Take
Chiefs.
the Chiefs. Steelers at the Dolphins. Sneaky good game. Sunday night.
I'm going with Dolphins. Dolphins.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins as well. I think it's going to be a defensive battle, though. And then Monday Night Football. You have the Bears at the Patriots. I'm going to take the Bears.
I'm going to go Pats.
I like what you did, but I'm gonna go Pats.
Okay.
I think it was a I'd die on that hill too.
That's week 7 in the books. College football, NFL, USFL championship was awesome. College football in shambles in like 5
depressing.
years.
Depressing.
It's sad.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe not next episode, but maybe in a couple episodes. You want to do like a fantasy draft on an episode?
Ooh.
Like we have the team of the garage and we just rotate picks. Like I'll pick, then you pick, then I pick, then you pick.
Okay, so like and picking against nobody, so it's like our
like it's gonna be like we'll draft it live, like against actual people. We'll put it in like a best ball league.
Okay.
So like it'll be like a whole long draft, but we just swap picks. So like if we're pick number 3, I'll pick the first round, or you pick the first round, and then we'll just switch after that.
Listen,
so
I won't
you
say
pick
that
round 1, I pick round 2, so on and so
on. I'm not going to confirm that I'm going to do that, but I will say, fuck yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Love it.
Yeah, let's do that. Absolutely.
Awesome. That'll be coming up probably sometime this month in July, before like, preseason football.
Yeah.
My man, what do you got going on?
Oh, man.
Let the people know.
So many things. He's a
busy man.
The Notorious OTB podcast through the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Got that popping out a couple episodes each week. If you're into the horseplay, come to horseplay with us. Then the Tilted Land Shark for the American Ultimate Disc League, Ultimate Frisbee. It's our Ultimate Frisbee gambling podcast. That's right, they exist. We have one. It's the best of them. Then the old Zed Run Racing podcast with our boy Scott Bowser, talking digital horse racing and breeding. Get into the digital horse sex occasionally, and then other stuff. I always forget like a couple things, but there's other things too.
I mean, you're doing so much. We're doing so much. You guys know where to find me. Twitter at XFL Jim, YouTube XFL Jim. My CFL recaps every week. I'm gonna have a recap of the USFL championship game up there, and with the USFL kind of coming like to a conclusion for the season, I'm gonna hopefully have an XFL showcase of myself out sometime soon. So be on the lookout for that. Love you guys. Give us a follow. Give us a like. It does help, and we appreciate it. This is the Jimnasium. We love you guys.